Hey guys, I wanted to pop on here and show you a walkthrough of a Bible journaling page I put together with a printable set from the Illustrated Faith Print and Pray shop. This is the Glow and Get It set by Elaine Davis, and I love this set because it has so many fun pieces in it. As you can see, I've used this bold 2019 section, and it's also got this really cool little paint swatch area that says a brave new year. And I wanted to use that because I don't know about you guys, but heading into a new year, I have lots of things that I want to do and grow and learn in this year. And for me, change is not super easy. I do not love change. So my word for this year is grow, or a year of growth. But to do that, I know that it's going to require a lot of change. And so kind of my secondary word is brave, because I feel like I'm going to need God's to help me have courage and be brave to tackle all of these changes in my year. So this set I printed out on clear sticker paper, and it's the Avery full sheet clear sticker paper, and printed that out. And I just love how this set has all different pieces to it. It's got these adorable little light bulbs, that bold 2019. It's got a little section that talks about your focus word of the year. It's got a full section of wordfetti, plus a whole sheet of these art marks and swatches with title starters on them. This set is just full of goodness. So I knew as I used this set, I wanted to use these adorable little wonky light bulbs and kind of have them hanging across the page, and also really be able to dive into talking about what my word for the year was. I also busted out some of these rainbow grid labels that Elaine did that are also in the Print and Pray shop. And these I printed on the Avery full sheet, like normal clear labels. And so that way I can just cut those out as I go. And I am obsessed with these rainbow labels. If you follow me at all, you see them in almost every one of my pages. You can use them for tabs or layering or anything like that. So for this entry, I decided to use one to kind of house some stamps from Dayspring, from the latest Grace and Gratitude kit, because I liked that the stamps said like 2019, this year, and also one of their stamps is growth. So I was able to use that stamp set to show what my official word of the year is. And then I used one of her little circles from the set that says start now. Because I don't know about you guys, but when I look at my year and my goals, for me, if things aren't set up just right or aren't exactly perfect, I tend to wait or stall or procrastinate, and I just don't get started because I want to make sure everything's perfect. But for me, this year, this 2019 brave new year of growth, I know that I just need to do it. I just need to start, because if I don't start, then I'm just going to end up in the same place that I ended last year, which isn't horrible, but I want to see new growth and changes this year. So I know I need to start now. You'll notice I didn't get a perfect stamp on that, and I'm kind of okay with how it turned out. I tried to double stamp it, but it just didn't, I didn't put the right pressure on it. So it is what it is, and I moved on. I also decided that I wanted to add some sort of color swatch underneath that rainbow grid label so that it kind of matched the color swatch under the Brave New Year printable. So I busted out some of my paints from Target. It's the Handmade Modern collection. And I just went ahead and wiped that on with a baby wipe. Also a tip courtesy of Elaine Davis. It's super easy. You just put a little blob of paint on a baby wipe and just kind of smear it on, and it gives it that kind of watercolory smear. And it also leaves it in a pretty thin layer, so it dries really fast, you can tell. I was then able to kind of look at how I wanted to position my stickers. And I decided to kind of layer them a little bit. You can see I'm kind of playing around with how I wanted to do this. And I ended up deciding that I wanted that rainbow label to have a little bit of dimension to it. So I ended up putting the sticker onto a piece of cardstock. So that's what I'm doing right here. I put the sticker on a piece of cardstock and then cut out the cardstock. And then from there, I'm going to put a couple little puffy stickers underneath it so that it kind of gives that label a little bit of dimension and 3D as it pops off the page. So here I'm layering all these stickers. My circle sticker I kind of offset off the page, so I just cut off the little excess there. And there's my puffy stickers. They're just the little Scotch white foam stickers that I picked up at Target for a couple bucks. And that just kind of gives it a little bit of dimension as that label kind of pops up off of the page and off of the paint. I kind of liked how that balanced out with the sticker up top as well. And I realized after I did it, I needed another little puffy sticker back there, so I added that in there too. Overall, this page was really simple and was based purely off of these printables. I'd gotten the set and I knew that there were so many aspects of it that I wanted to use. It was really tempting to use all of it, but I pared back, didn't use everything, didn't go crazy. But I love that I have so many more page ideas for all of the printables in this set. This set also comes with a couple tabs that you can punch out, and so I punched those out, and then I stamped some stamps and stapled my little label on there with my mini attacher from Tim Holtz. And here you'll see me adding some washi tape to the front and back of the little cardstock label that I punched so that it is a little firmer and attached more securely. I actually punched this tab. So the set comes with a couple tabs that are like pre-created. And then it also comes with a strip of color or that you could print on sticker paper as clear washi. I ended up printing it on cardstock and then punching it out so that I could kind of have a wonky multicolored tab as well. Here I am taking my Illustrated Faith pen in the 0.25 dimension and just adding some little strands that the lights are hanging from. I didn't try and make them perfect. I made them kind of wonky and sketchy so that they would kind of match the feel of it. I'm highlighting my verse with a thin Faber-Castell, not big brush marker. It's one of the thinner brush markers, but I love those. They don't bleed through the page at all, which is great. And then here you'll see me going ahead and adding in my journaling as I just journal about my word of the year and how he is making me new and giving me this new year. I'm journaling here at the very end of Revelation, where it just talks about how he is making us new and giving us a new life. And that's kind of was the inspiration for this page and my thoughts as I headed into this new year. I decided that I wanted to put some lines under my writing. Sometimes I will use one of the paint cards to add like real straight lines in this illustrating Bible since there's no lines to write on. But with this one, I went ahead and did my journaling first and then just kind of added some wonky little journaling lines underneath it to give it some spatialness. That's a word. I decided to go ahead and grab some stamps from this new Grace and Gratitude set of stamps and just kind of add some little art marks across the page to fill up some of the white space. It's super easy, and it just added a little space. I also used some of those little hexagons from that same stamp set to kind of fill up the white space as well. And I'm using my StazOn black ink. That's an archival ink, which I love because if you do end up using any watercolor over it, it won't smear or anything like that. I was playing around with the idea of adding some of those little cross stamps, but I decided not to. And I decided to bust out some of my Neocolor crayons instead. These are the Neocolor 2 crayons. And I was kind of testing them out on that scratch piece of paper there to make sure the colors matched. But I just went ahead and added some art marks with these little Neocolor crayons. I love these. They're a little bit pricey, but I love them because they're so multifunctional. You can use them just like crayons like this. You can color with them and smear them with your finger or use them as watercolors as well. So I just like to use them as a finishing touch at times. And that is my finished page. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.